YouTube. In this video, I will be covering integers and floats. So, really, there are two type of numbers that we're dealing with here in Python. We have integers and we have floats. So, integers usually are written int, like you see here, and floats are float. So, you will see these data types very often when you deal with numbers, and these are pretty much the only two that you will see the most frequently. Okay, so int, which stands for integer, is just a regular number, while float is a decimal. So if I go ahead and type, let me erase all this, and I type a 9, for example. If I run this, I should be able to get the class of this number, which is the class of integer, right? But if I type 9.0, you will see here that you have a float. So really, when you deal with numbers, you definitely want to check these types, these data types. Um, so let's pretend that we do an assignment statement, and if you haven't watched my previous videos, I've covered quite a lot. I've covered how to install Python and Visual Studio Codes and create your own virtual environment. um, and I have also posted quite a few videos, so if you want to catch up, please feel free to do so and subscribe to my channel. So without wasting time, let's pretend that we have number of minutes, which is 59, okay? And we want to convert that in hours. So what we want to do is just type minutes divided by 60, correct? So if we divide by 60, we definitely going to have what we're gonna, the Python is going to return a float, okay? So Python is going to return a float. And pretty much the reason being is because you have a float, a division. Um, now, um, if you want to convert any number to an integer, um, you may want to convert, for example, minute divided by 60 to an integer. You can just say print, or you can actually do that. Print integer of this. You know it's going to give you a float, but let's see what happened here. If you want to convert that to an integer, it's going to give you 0, because what Python does is Python gives you the floor of the decimal, really, which is going to be 0. Okay. Same thing if you ask Python to return you uh, the integer of a decimal like 9.9, it's not going to return you 10, but it's going to return you 9, because Python, again, Python return the floor of that decimal. And this is something that you definitely want to keep in mind when you deal with Python, so that you don't get any surprise going forward. Um, but when you try to convert something like this into a float, say for instance, I want to convert 9.0 to a float, well, what it's gonna give you, oh, maybe 9, I mean to say 9, to a float, is just going to put a dot o at the end to show you that it's a float. Um, so um, really, integers are mostly used for count of things. So if you want to count the number of people, you want to count the number of cars, integers are used for that purpose. But when you deal with items that cannot be divided, items that cannot be broken into parts, then you can use floats. And examples could be weight or minute here, and even, yeah, minute maybe, um, weight, size, distance. All these things can be we can use floats as units of measurement. So You definitely want to make sure you get the right data type when you deal with numbers. But yeah, this is it for this course. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to meeting you for the next video for Python for beginners.